One of the scariest things that we can have happen to us as a society is a breakdown in social order. More than anything, that means a breakdown in law and order. Essentially a time of anarchy, even if there is still a government in place. This gives way to civil unrest, and the purpose of this video is to equip you with the best defense weapons if these riots were to move into your neighborhood. Number 7. Kel-Tec KSG, $950. If there was ever a gun that was designed for close-range firepower, we'd have to say it is the Kel-Tec KSG. While there are other excellent shotguns on the market which follow the design of the KSG, this is the original. It is a bullpup shotgun with dual switchable magazines, giving it a total capacity of 14 plus 1 rounds. 7 rounds of each of 2 types of rounds, plus whatever is carried in the chamber. A typical load for the KSG would be 00 buckshot in one mag and slugs in the other. That's great for CQB, especially where breaching is necessary. But breaching is unlikely to be necessary in this case. Rather, you need the ability to defend yourself, perhaps without even slaying anyone. We would load that second barrel with a less lethal round, like beanbags rather than slugs. We'd also put something a bit smaller to replace 00 buckshot, such as number 4 buckshot. That provides the option of starting out with something that can drive the crowd off and then escalate firepower if needed. Even escalated, number 4 buckshot is less fatal than a 00 buckshot. Number 6. Mossberg 590M Shockwave, $600. While the KSG is a great shotgun, it is a bit pricey. For those that can't afford that, some other sort of a tactical shotgun would be great to have, something like the Mossberg 590M. Mossberg has long been recognized as the standard for tactical shotguns. The 590M is a removable mag-fed version of the very popular Shockwave shotgun. This removable mag overcomes one of the biggest limitations for most shotguns: reload time. Rather than being forced to take the time to hand-feed rounds into the loading chute to fill the internal mag, you can slap a new mag and keep going, just as you can with an AR-15 or semi-auto pistol. One modification we would make to either this or the KSG is to add a red dot sight. Most people consider shotguns to be a point-and-shoot weapon, but at the range you probably be shooting, it would be good to have the ability to aim, allowing you to pick your target. You're not going to have much shot spread, and you want to make sure you can hit the right troublemaker. Number 5. Glock 21, $500. After considerable ballistic testing, we've come to some definite conclusions about what pistol calibers are the best for certain circumstances. For most people, this argument comes down to 9mm versus 45 ACP. Personally, we're a fan of both, even though we see them as being useful for different things. The 45 ACP round was originally developed for the US Army, who was having trouble with Moro tribesmen attacking them high on drugs. They needed a round that would have high energy transfer, increasing the chances of knocking down these tribesmen, even if they didn't feel the hit. The 45 ACP gave them that, and there really hasn't been another round developed which matches this ability. If we assume that any rioters will be high on at least adrenaline, if not more serious drugs, then we need this knockdown ability. The Glock 21 holds 10 rounds, 3 more than the 1911, which is why we've selected it. Glocks are also highly customizable, with lots of aftermarket parts available. Number 4. Springfield XDS, $400. Such a time when there is a chance of riots, coupled with reduced police protection, gives justification for concealed carry if any were needed. There is always the possibility of being caught by that mob away from home. While we personally wouldn't want to take on a mob with nothing more than a pistol, we'd much rather take them on with a pistol than with bare hands. Our favorite concealed carry gun is the Springfield XDS, chambered in .45 caliber. We've carried other guns in the past and then settled on the XDS. Not only does it give you the knockdown power of the .45, but it does so in an easy-to-shoot, very reliable handgun that's fairly small for a .45. Ours is modified to have both tritium night sights and a laser sight, allowing us to use it anytime, anywhere. The problem with this gun, as with any concealed carry gun, is mag capacity. That's especially true for a .45 caliber. Those fat bullets take up a lot of room, which translates to a small mag capacity. We compensate for this by carrying 2 7-round mags, in addition to the 5-round mag that's in the pistol. 20 rounds still isn't enough to take on a mob, but hopefully it's enough to scare them away if nothing else. Number 3. AR-15, $500 to more than $2,000. No matter what else you have, you should have an AR-15 as your backup gun. While we would not want to start shooting with that, due to the lethality of a rifle slug, we would want to have it leaning against the wall, loaded and ready, in case we needed a lot of firepower quickly. There are few civilian guns on the market which can match the firepower that an AR-15 can offer us. As for what particular AR-15 you should buy, we won't even attempt to pick one. There are so many on the market that it's hard to pick out just one. Besides, our personal AR-15 is one that we've built myself, picking out the parts that we wanted. More than anything, we'd say your optics are important. We'd be sure to have a red dot sight, as well as a powerful tactical light mounted on the rifle. That should take care of most circumstances. While infrared or night vision devices might be nice, you'll lose important details in the image, so we'd probably avoid them. So all in all, when you need a semi-auto rifle with light recoil, high accuracy, reasonable power, excellent mag capacity, and great parts availability, all at a reasonable price, you get an AR-15. With all those features and more, it's no surprise that AR-15 type rifles are hands down the most popular rifles in America. Not only that, but the modular design makes it easy to mount optics or change any part on the gun using only basic hand tools. It's unavoidable, a high-quality AR-15 from a reputable manufacturer should be in everyone's safe. Number 2, Glock 43, $350. This is the baby Glock and is the smallest Glock 9mm you can buy. Not to be confused with its larger cousin, the G43X. The normal G43 holds 7 rounds, 6 in the mag plus 1 in the chamber. This is currently the smallest pistol we've ever encountered that we felt we could entrust our lives to. The G43 has proven to be absolutely Glock reliable during the many thousands of rounds we've put through it, and it comes recommended by much better shooters than ourselves. Yes, there are smaller pistols, but for us, the G43 is the smallest one with which we can quickly and reliably hit torso-sized targets without the 20 to 30 yards. Contrary to popular belief, the smaller the pistol, the harder it is to shoot. Small guns have less material to hang onto, have less mass to counteract recoil, hold fewer bullets, and have a much shorter sight radius. In plain English, this means that small pistols kind of suck. Well, compared to a rifle or shotgun, all pistols suck. But subcompact pistols kick harder, are less accurate, hold less bullets, and take more experience practice to master when compared to full-sized pistols. So since subcompact handguns suck so bad, why bother? The two things that subcompact pistols have going for them are concealment and being lightweight, and for that, there's just no replacement for a small concealed carry handgun. In many self-defense and even some zombie apocalypse scenarios, having a firearm that potential threats don't know about is a huge tactical advantage. An enemy may think they have the upper hand and make a critical error because they don't know you're armed. Or you'll be viewed as less of a threat so hostile forces won't think to take your weapons away. Even better, you may be able to simply talk your way out of situations or avoid confrontations that would arise if you were openly carrying a gun. Carrying a gun is an advantage, but it's also a liability because it can make you a target threat to adversaries and those who may be tempted to steal your gun. Also, openly carrying a gun is a double-edged sword in that it may discourage attackers, but might also antagonize, escalate already violent or hot-tempered people. For these reasons, in polite society, we always keep our handguns concealed, except when we're way off-grid in the wilderness, and it is normal to see people armed. Even in intense civil unrest or a riot, you can make a strong case for keeping your firearm hidden. Anecdotal evidence from real life shows the advantages of concealed carry in a riot. In summer 2020, a man named John Karugi disarmed 2 individuals who had stolen AR-15 rifles from police during Seattle riots. On the other hand, we have the controversial case of Kyle Rittenhouse's case, where he appears to have shot 3 rioters in self-defense. While experience, age, training, and exact circumstance all separate Rittenhouse from Karugi, the fact that Karugi's firearm remained hidden until absolutely necessary may have saved his life as well as the lives of the young adult boys who stole the rifles from police. Had Karugi been openly carrying a gun, he may well have been a much bigger target for the angry mob, and that may have escalated the situation, leading to further violence. Aside from civil unrest, riots, and Hollywood zombie scenarios, the advantages of carrying a Glock 43 lie in the fact that it's so small that you can take it jogging, carry it discreetly at black tie formal events, and in everyday casual clothes. We've even carried my Glock 43 while wearing shorts while swimming and whitewater rafting. We would be happy to go our entire life and never need to use our Glock 43, but better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Number 1. Beretta 1301 Comp, $1,500. When it comes to the right balance of performance, reliability, and price, the Beretta 1301 Comp is top of the list when it comes to semi-auto shotguns. Sure, there are cheaper semi-auto 12 gauges, but many of those just won't hold up to hard use and may fail in a self-defense scenario. More budget-friendly options like those from Stoeger or Mossberg have not held up very well for very long in the local amateur 3-gun matches that we attend. As an aside, Mossberg pump shotguns have often proved extremely reliable for us, although we did have a 590 that we had to send back under warranty once. Shotguns are popular for home defense because they're powerful, widely available, and useful for a multitude of hunting and recreational shooting purposes. The shot fired from most shotgun cartridges begins to spread out at distance, meaning that the effective range of a shotgun is generally 50 yards and under, although shotgun buckshot and especially slugs can be very lethal past that range. Semi-auto shotguns are sometimes called auto-loaders because the shotgun automatically ejects the spent shell case when fired and automatically loads the next round in the chamber. Semi-auto shotguns fire one shot per trigger pull until the mag is empty, making them a faster option for home defense than a pump shotgun. So if semi-auto shotguns are so great, why doesn't everyone use them? The answer is that semi-auto shotguns cost more than pump shotguns, and if you don't get a really durable and reliable one, it might jam in a life-and-death situation or just ruin your day of hunting or recreational shooting. We have gone 3 to 4 years without cleaning our 1301 Comp, during which time it never failed or jammed. During that 3 to 4 year period where we didn't clean the gun, we shot the 1301 regularly and entered into several 3-gun matches with it. The only reason we ended up cleaning it is because we needed to remove the trigger pack to mill out the loading gate even more than they did at the factory to speed up the reloading. The bottom line is, the 1301 runs very well and is extremely reliable. Note, if you're using small game target loads, be sure to get 1 1/8 ounce cartridges so the gun has enough gas pressure to cycle the action. That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.